its gaseous state at room temperature. Very good. You all remember the easy ones, not a problem. And density of liquid methane is lower than that of water. Then you can remember the melting points and boiling points. So it becomes easy for you. This was about physical properties. Then we come to occurrence. It is found in the form of a natural gas. It's in biogas, coal mines, marshy places, and fractional distillation of natural gas also gives us methane in pure form. And when I heat the mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen at 300 degrees Celsius in the presence of a catalyst, which is nickel, we do get methane. So we spoke about occurrence, physical properties. Let's come to the chemical properties. Two types of reactions we've done. One is combustion of methane, means methane burns completely in the presence of oxygen. Methane, that is CH4 plus oxygen, which is O2, gives me carbon dioxide, water, and heat. And chlorination is methane when combines with chlorine gives us methyl chloride and hydrogen chloride, that is HCl. This is what we've done last. Now let's quickly move ahead with the uses of methane. Methane is used, just a minute. Methane is used in the form of natural gas in industries, especially such as fabric mills, paper mills, food processing industry, and it is also used for petrol purification. So methane in the form of natural gas is used in industries such as fabric mill, paper mills, food processing industry, and petrol purification. Come on, repeat everyone. The amount of times you repeat, it becomes easy. Do not write. Everything is there in the textbook. Just repeat after me. Methane in the form of natural gas is used in industries such as fabric mills, paper mills, food processing industry, and petrol purification. Next one. Because methane is the smallest hydrocarbon, as it's the first member of the hydrocarbon series. As we all know, alkanes starts with the first member, that is methane. The proportion of carbon dioxide released in the combustion of methane is small. Definitely it's going to be small, no? Because the number of carbon present in methane is only 1. So that is why it is used as a domestic fuel, as it does not give out a lot of CO2 in the air. So being the smallest hydrocarbon, the proportion of CO2 released in the combustion of methane is small. And therefore, it is used as a domestic fuel, that is in local purposes. Third point, methane is also used in the production of organic compounds. As we've discussed about organic compounds, I told you, like ether, alcohol, ketones, a functional group of carbon compounds. Methane is also used in the production of organic compounds such as ethanol. Basically, ethanol stands for ethyl alcohol. When I take the IUPAC name of ethyl alcohol, it becomes ethanol, methyl chloride, methylene chloride, and acetylene. These are different IUPAC names of the compounds which are given to us here. So methane is used in the production of a lot of organic compounds such as ethanol, methyl chloride, methylene chloride, and acetylene. Acetylene is nothing but your triple bond structure, students. Acetylene is nothing but triple bond structure, students, which is your ethyne. Is also called as acetylene. You will be able to understand the difference between the common names and IUPAC names in 10th standard when we'll be studying the naming of IUPAC system. For now, just remember these few examples where methane is used in the production of organic compounds such as ethanol, methyl chloride, methylene chloride, and acetylene. Is it clear to everyone? Till here, any questions about methane? It is a simple hydrocarbon. Now let's move ahead with the next one. That is your biogas plant. Have you heard about this term called as biogas plant before? What do you understand by the term biogas plant? What is biogas? Exactly what is biogas? Tell me. What's the other name of biogas? Biogas is nothing but your methane gas. It's the methane gas, but this methane gas is obtained from the natural surroundings as animal dung, dry leaves, wet garbage. They all get decomposed by anaerobic microbes. When I use the word anaerobic means what? When I use the word anaerobic means what? What do you understand by the term anaerobic? Without oxygen. Very good. So animal dung, dry leaves, wet garbage which get decomposed in the absence of oxygen, that is anaerobic microbes in the biogas plant. So they produce, because of this animal dung, because of the dry leaves, because of the wet garbage which is there around us, we make this all waste matter to convert into a very important gas in the absence of oxygen, which is called as the biogas. So this is how the biogas plant looks like. The methane gas, this produces methane gas, which is also called as biogas. So definitely biogas is a very cheap fuel option which meets the demand for cooking gas, isn't it? So in rural areas, in villages, especially, people use this type of gas because it's very cheap. You are making it from the dead, you're making it from the waste matter, which is not important to us, isn't it? So this is the very cheap alternate fuel option for the people in the villages, that is the biogas. And let's see how it is used to make the biogas with the help of the biogas plant. It is also used for the production of an electricity. It is also used for the production of electricity. And this biogas, students, it is contains about only 55 to 60% of methane. The rest all is carbon dioxide here. Yes, methane gas is basically biogas only. Biogas contains 55 to 60% of methane. Biogas is the entire term given to this gas which is produced after the decomposition of the organic matter. So we give it a term called as biogas, which is a combination of methane and carbon dioxide. So biogas contains 55 to 60% of methane and rest is carbon dioxide gas. This biogas, student, is a fuel which is very convenient to use, isn't it? And in addition to this, it's a very good manure. Means not only the decomposition produces the gas which is used for us in cooking, but the waste, more waste, which is called as the slurry, more waste which is given out in the process is used as a good manure. So that is a side product of the process. So just imagine how important this biogas plant is to us. It is not only used to produce the gas, but the gas, after the gas is being formed, the waste which is produced, which is called as the slurry, the waste which is produced is also used as the side, is also used as a manure. So that is my side product in the process. Here you can see the pictures. See the manure. Let's see the biogas plant. How does it look like? Let's try to understand the setup. Now, working of a biogas plant. In this biogas plant, student, you can see a whole tank. First of all, see here. This is the ground level. Can you see a dotted line being shown to you on top of the diagram here? The dotted line which has been shown here, that is the ground level. It's underground. The whole setup is under the ground. So here the mixing tank, the slurry of cattle dung, means all waste, that is animal dung, dry leaves, wet garbage, whatever the waste is, I'm going to put through the inlet chamber. So here inside this chamber, the dung and the water mixture are produced. Then I have kept a slab here on top. This slab cover, because this is the exit of gas. And now after the gas has been produced, because of the anaerobic process, whatever the waste, that is a spent outlet, which is called as the slurry. As you can see, the Y has come down. The slurry, the spent slurry, the waste matter that is coming out here is used as the manure. This is an underground digester tank. And here in the picture, no, only one process being showed to you. Sometimes there are 2-3 chambers connected like that. जैसे जो dung and water mixture है, वैसा 2-3 chambers होता है to get the complete formation of the gas from the waste matter. It's for a small scale purpose. अगर ये इतना सा tank हमको जो दिख रहा है, वो small scale purpose के लिए. It's a very simple setup. कुछ भी नहीं करना है इसमें. See, इसके अंदर एक rotator होता है. There's an agitator or a rotator which keeps on moving, which keeps on making the water and the dung continuously move together so that it produces the so the decayed matter produces the gas, and then it moves on to the spent outlet. Because of the decaying process, because of the temperature, sometimes under heated temperature it is kept underground, so the production of gas is quite faster. Everybody understood working of biogas plant? Now here the setup looks very easy, isn't it? बहुत ही easy है, इसमें कुछ भी नहीं किया है. Inlet chamber है, mixing हो रहा है, gas बाहर आ रहा है और spent slurry बाहर आ रहा है. But यहाँ पे कौन act कर रहा है? Who are the ones who are taking part in this working of biogas plant? Let's understand this. So biogas production process is anaerobic. We know that it's anaerobic. That means it's in the absence of oxygen. It's the anaerobic microbes, the microorganisms which are acting on them. It takes place in 2 steps. Biogas production process takes place in 2 steps. The first one is the production of biogas acid. It's the production of acid. So the production of biogas plant, as I said, it takes place in the absence of oxygen. It's a 2-step process. First one is called as the production of acids. So the microbes, the microorganisms which were acting on the biodegradable complex. What's the meaning of biodegradable? The ones which can be easily get mixed into the soil, which does not leave any left or waste matter behind. They're completely degradable. So microbes act on the biodegradable complex organic compound and produce an organic acid. It produced an organic acid. After this organic acid is produced, it led us to the formation of methane gas production. Now, what's methane gas production? After the microbes have acted on the organic acids, the methanogenic bacteria, which is containing the methane, act on the organic acids to produce the methane gas. Let's see how this is happening. As I said, there is first step is the production of the acid. So the acid formed in this reaction is acetic acid, which is CH3COOH. The acid which is formed here is CH3COOH. That is my acetic acid. Now, when this acetic acid, the bacteria acts on this acid to give us methane gas. What's the formula of methane? What's the formula of methane? CH4. So from acetic acid, students, I have taken 1C and 4H. What are we left with? What are we left with? CO2. Very good. So acetic acid gives us methane gas plus carbon dioxide gas, which gets evaporated, and that becomes our biogas plant process or biogas production process. Everybody understood biogas plant? See, during your offline exams, students were expected to know this biogas plant as well. This diagram is usually asked in the exam where you don't have to show a lot of, you don't have to go into much of the details. You know the basics, what's happening. We have a mixing tank, we have an inlet chamber, the dunk and the water mixture. Then we have to show a slab cover and the spent slurry outlet chamber. These are the basic details you need to show. If everybody understood the reaction, this one. First step, there is production of acid. So the acid which is produced here is acetic acid, which is CH3COOH. Then it gives us methane and carbon dioxide. See, many schools have a different paper pattern to be set up. Some schools do take the exams in written. They send the question paper. You have to write the answer, send the photocopy online, and then submit your answer sheet. And some schools only have the multiple choice question types. So in multiple choice question types, what is going to happen? If you feel there is no importance of diagram, let me make it very clear. They might give you the diagram and ask you to fill in the details or ask you to make the correct sequence, something different type of questions. But definitely that can be asked. So if the diagram is important, you need to learn the diagram. So don't ignore thinking that multiple choice question hai to itna sab padhne ka zarurat nahi hai. They can ask labeling of the diagram. They can ask you the reaction. They can give you incomplete questions. Teachers are very smart. Huh? They can twist and turn the question in such a way you would feel confused at how it is happening. How in a multiple choice question this is asked. Yes, complete the following reactions and not. See, now you are used to it. You've already written a lot of exams. So you know what type of questions are expected. Isn't it? The upside arrow, which is beside CO2, is indicating that the gas is liberated. It is coming out of the reaction. So with this, we finally finish with a lengthy chapter that is carbon, an important element. And I hope all my students have understood this chapter very well. And most importantly, you are liking this chapter because next year, again, we are going to do it in detail. If this year it becomes easy for you, next year, you're going to definitely love the chapter. Because I always feel carbon is very interesting as it is always related to our daily routine. Yes, Daniel, we'll be doing that very soon. And please don't be under the impression that we are done with the lecture. I had told in the last class only I'll be starting with the next chapter. Any more questions related to carbon? Are we done with this? Okay, very well. Thank you so much. So I hope everybody has written this equation of biogas plant in your notebook. Very nice. Very good. Let's now stop this lecture and start with a new lecture. I mean, stop this sharing of screen. Wait. Are you able to see my screen? Wait. I'll do the sharing of screen again. Just give me a minute. Hi, Josh. How are you?